Hi, Janine.
Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
How are things?
Good, very good.
Good.
How are things for you?
Things are pretty good. Yeah, pretty, 3 kids. I don't know. 2 maybe would have been good.
It's 3 times the fun and 3 times the chaos.
As Dave said, it's sort of like a waltz now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I like that. That's awesome. Hello, Susan.
Hello, Kelly.
And hello, Teresa. And 207? Natalia, maybe?
Hey, Alaska.
Gonna see you soon, Alaska.
I know. I can't wait to get out of here with no kids.
I know. It's so exciting. When are you flying out?
I fly out Tuesday night, Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. And I actually was supposed to work tomorrow night, and I was just like, I just took the rest of the week off. I was like, I'm not coming in. They're like, okay. So
Good for you.
So I'm like slumming it. Today was clear out all our crap toys day. So I was like, we're getting rid of all this stuff that you guys don't play with. It's going to the women's shelter. And Paxton's like, what? And so it's a pile of stuff that's like leaving my house. And I'm very excited about it. So
it feels like your house lost weight today, doesn't it?
It does. I'm very excited about it.
I remember those days. I'm like, purging.
Yeah, it's just all the stuff that accumulates from like birthday parties and like toys that like get separated from like, multi pieces, and then you're left with like, the bumper of a car or the tire, and I'm like, we're not
exactly.
Hi,
Melanie. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. And I see that 2 people are calling in. Who has joined us?
Hi, Noelle.
Hi. Hey, Janine.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. I'm glad your camera's working.
I know, right? I wasn't sure because I haven't closed down in a while. I was like, well, no time now.
Good to see
So,
your
Susan,
face.
your event went well.
What's that?
Your events went well?
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, it was good?
Yep.
It was awesome.
It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was
Knocked
so
it
good.
out of the park.
With a little help from my friends.
Yeah.
We had how many? You had how many, Susan? 50
I
or
think there was like 50 total.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah.
Hey, you must be so proud.
Oh, I was really, really, really happy. Thank you. Yep. I was freaking out for quite a while.
It all worked out.
Just ask my husband, just ask Kelly.
Hey, Jess Prosser. How's that baby?
Oh, I can't hear you.
I think she's either nursing him.
She's doing good, guys. Hello, baby.
Hi, baby Greg.
Aww.
My handsome boy. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Hi,
wow.
Michelle.
Oh, wow.
I'm muted. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hi,
welcome
Michelle.
back from vacation.
Thank you. It was awesome.
And I'm going to say, hi, Lucia. I know I'm going to be introducing you in a minute, but
Hi.
hi. So excited for tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Sharon.
Sharon.
And And I don't know who is the 207 area code or the 603 area code, but I'm not sure who that is, but welcome.
207 is Maine, so it could be, you see Natalia?
It's Jean.
Jean,
Oh,
okay.
it's Jean. Ah, welcome, Jean.
Hi.
I don't see Natalia yet.
No, not yet. All right. I know more people are going to be joining, but it's 8:01 and I want to be respectful of everybody's time. So let's go ahead and get started. The call is already recording, so that is awesome. I don't need to worry about that. So hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Farrar. I'm a qualifying national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And normally I would, kind of share a little bit about my story and what have you, but you know what? I really want to give all of my time to my beautiful friend, Lisa Blaisdell. And Lisa has been, just a great friend to have found in this culture. She's actually a New Hampshire girl, but she lives in California now. We still love her though, because she's still a Patriots fan and a Red Sox fan.
Of course.
Yes. And she is just, an incredible leader in our company. And she and I, have just developed a really nice friendship. And I didn't even have to get on my hands and knees and beg her to come on and share with us, just her story and a little bit about, some aspects of her business that I think it's really important to kind of hear about. So I'm going to read a little bit about Lisa's bio, and then I'm going to mute out the lines, except for yours, Lisa, or if everyone else would like to, if everyone could mute out their lines, that would be great. And then I'm going to pass it to Lisa. So Lisa has been with the Juice Plus company since 2003 and became a national marketing director in 2007. Her background is in public relations and marketing, and prior to Juice Plus, she worked with technology companies helping them develop and deliver their corporate and product messages. Lisa is much happier today, and I have no doubt much, much happier today, delivering a message of health and hope through Juice Plus. Lisa is a native New Englander and has lived in Laguna Niguel, California for over 20 years. She is married to her husband, Phil, who is awesome. And they've been married for 22 years. And Phil himself is also a national marketing director in the business. Together, they have two daughters, Ellie, who is 18, and Sophie, who is 15.
This is very old. I have to update my bio. I'm sorry.
No, so Ellie is now what?
21.
Oh, okay,
21.
yeah. So,
Yeah, and Sophie is almost 18 next month.
because I was going to say, well, wait a minute. I thought Sophie was graduating this year.
I must have sent you an older version. I've been married almost 25 years. It's okay, but that stuff is,
and you've been married for 25 years, so.
Almost 25. I know, crazy.
Her goal was always to be a great mom and have a career that serves and helps others. And with Juice Plus, that dream has definitely become a reality. So it is my great honor and pleasure to have you all meet and hear from my friend, Lisa.
Aw, Kelly, I'm so happy to be here. I just adore you, and I'm just so inspired by what you're doing and the team that you've built and what you've created. And it's so awesome that we, don't know so many people that we get to connect with and develop friendships with when we say yes to this incredible opportunity. And, we think that we're getting involved in a business, which we are, but what we're getting is so much more than a paycheck. And I know that if any of you guys on the line tonight have been to a single conference, you know what I'm talking about, because Kelly and I don't live anywhere near each other. I mean, we're not local at all, but yet we've developed such a nice friendship, and Phil loves Kevin. And, I just know that, like, if I ever needed anything in that neck of the woods, I could call her, and vice versa. And it's really amazing when you really step away and think about what this marketing plan offers to us, in addition to, what we see on paper. So I'm so happy to be here. And yes, I am a native New Hampshire girl. My entire family is still in New Hampshire and Maine. And I'm actually really grateful to say that I have been to New England 4 times this year. I have all of my family. I had some major life events happen this year, and I actually went 3 times between the end of June and the end of September, and have been able to be so present for my family. And I will continue to go there, especially next year when my youngest graduates and goes off to college. And I have, not that I'm looking forward to it, but I will have pretty much an empty nest. My 21-year-old still lives at home, but she's pretty independent and self-sufficient. So I will be spending more time there because my dream was always to be active and present for my daughters. And I'll share my story, but this is a part of it. And I've raised them on my terms, and I've been the mom that I wanted to be for them. And now they're all grown up, which is amazing. They just grow. And so now I want to be active and present for my parents, who I have 2 sets of parents. My parents, remarried, and I have all that going on. And I have a young nephew who was born very prematurely, and lots of family there. And I want to be present for this next stage of life. And so I feel so grateful that this business gives us that opportunity. So I have been around the Juice Plus business and family for 15 years. And I heard about Juice Plus 18 years ago when my girls were babies. And I'm a pretty typical story in that we were a very unhealthy family. We were constantly going through the rounds of antibiotics. I had either, a pink bottle in my refrigerator for, my 3-year-old, or I had pills on the counter for me. And that was our lifestyle. I mean, we'd go through one round of something and then we'd get something else and something else and something else. And I knew it wasn't right. I was, really in my head, I was looking for something, but I was so busy that I didn't have time to really do anything about it because I was working full time. My background's in PR, like Kelly mentioned. And I had, although I worked from home, I had, I was employed. And I had the whole deal. I had a full-time nanny that was here from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 at night. I was locked into, my office, so to speak, and I was not, around. I was working, I was getting on airplanes, going to the Bay Area a lot to have meetings and so forth. And so the last thing I was thinking about was, how to feed my family better, because to be honest, I was just trying to get through every day. So when Juice Plus came across my lap, it just was a no-brainer for me. First of all, mom shared it with me. And, I was a young mom and I trusted these women. I trusted them. They said they were giving it to their kids. And I said, okay, how do I get it? I didn't look at a video. I didn't listen to anything. I didn't look into one thing. My only question was, how do I get it? And because I knew that we needed it. I knew we weren't eating kale and beets and parsley and spinach. And I also just didn't have the time to look into it. So, I know you guys know this, but there's people out there that are looking for what we have. We just have to go find those people. So we started taking it, and I did notice that my energy got better. I would wake up in the morning and I would actually feel like getting out of bed instead of not feeling like getting out of bed. My hair stopped falling out in the shower. I was still postpartum. My baby, my youngest, was about 8 weeks old when I started taking Juice Plus. So, I was tired. I was nursing her. I was back to work. I was still up at night, nursing a baby. And yet my energy started to take a dip up, which I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And then I noticed that I was sleeping better at night. I noticed that, after I would feed her, I could go right back to sleep instead of like laying awake for, hours and hours and hours. And I did notice that over time, we stopped getting sick so much. First, it was, the secondary infections. We didn't need to run to the doctor or the pediatrician every time a cold came in a house. And of course, I had a preschooler. So that was happening a lot, but it started to diminish. And I just knew that this had to be the Juice Plus. Now, we only were taking the fruit and veggie when we started, because that's all there was. And so then we added the vineyard, later on. But we took Juice Plus for about 2 years. And I was still so head down with my job that I didn't even know where Juice Plus came from. I knew it came in the mail. And my rep actually, she moved away out of the country shortly after she got me on the product. So her customer care wasn't stellar. But yet we still took it. I always had a little bit too much of the greens when my next box came, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me. I didn't care that much. We were mostly consistent. My kids were taking the chewables. We weren't in the children's health study, or back then it was the gummies with the high fructose corn syrup and, you know, whatever. But I knew in my heart it was right. And so I did start telling people about it. Actually, I told my mom, who lives in Maine. I have a much younger half sister. She'll actually be 24 tomorrow. So my mom had a second family, and she was getting sick a lot. She had chronic strep throat and tonsillitis, and she was about to have surgery. She was 6 years old. And I remember that summer when we were back there for vacation, telling my mom, you know, you should just try this stuff, because I had brought it with me. I said, you know, we're taking it, and I think we're better. I think it's good. So that's how I initially started sharing Juice Plus. Is I became a rep to get my product at a better cost, because I did start to tell my family about it. I'm a typical, I wasn't even really what you call a raving fan. So then I, looked more into the company. I started thinking about, you know, other ways that I could create income, because I really was ready to quit my job. So I did quit my job, and I started freelance consulting. So I was still doing PR, but I was trading time for dollars, and I had to do kind of the whole thing. I was looking for clients, and I was maintaining the clients. And the cycle that I had said yes to, I was working less hours, but if I was not working, I was not earning. So although I had more freedom and flexibility to take my own kids to the park, I fired the nanny. I went through a whole big change. I was still thinking in the back of my mind, oh my gosh, I got to go back and write that press release, and I've got to do all these things. So I was on this hamster wheel. So I actually ended up taking myself to a boot camp, you know, a conference, a mini weekend. And this was way back. I went by myself. I didn't know anyone. My sponsor was a million miles away, and I showed up because I figured, you know what, I really need to look into this to see if this is something that will be, you know, a possibility for me. And it changed my life. That weekend absolutely changed the trajectory of my family's life forever, because I got it. And for those of you guys coming to Tampa this weekend, if you've been to conference, you know, but if you've never been, you know, this weekend could change your life. And if you've been to a conference before, and maybe your business has been the same, or you haven't really, you know, grown to the place where you want to, this could be a defining weekend for you, because you could hear something in a way that you've never heard before, and it could change the trajectory of your life. So I heard a few things that weekend. I heard residual income, I heard mission, I heard stability, and I definitely felt family. I mean, I had people coming up to me saying, oh, come and hang out with us, come sit with us. And, you know, I met friends that weekend that I still have to this day. And I went home and I made a decision. So I made a decision to become a national marketing director. And I knew that I didn't care what it took, that I knew a few things. I knew I love people. I love Juice Plus now. I really love Juice Plus. And I believed in this mission. I believed that this was something bigger than just me. So I went home with that belief. I told my husband, he's like, okay, I think your last paycheck was like $4, but whatever. Sure, honey. And he is very supportive. I'm lucky. And I just got to talking, and this was way back in the horse and buggy days where there was no, Facebook and no smartphones. I mean, I was mailing cassette tapes to people. And I was doing in-home events. And the in-home events have definitely been the bread and butter for me. I love having people into my home. It's not anything that I resisted at all. I knew that if I was going to build this business, I had to have people into my home. And I live in a very highly populated Juice Plus community. Especially back then. It's less populated now because all these 100 clubbers keep leaving. They keep like reaching the pinnacle of success, and then they want to get out of Southern California because there's too many people here. So, but back then when I was building towards NMD, I mean, there was at least 15 NMDs within a 10-mile radius, believe it or not. So we did not lack for events, but I still was consistent in building this business every single month at my home. So, some of the things that I did to get to NMD was I was consistent, and I consistently shared my story. I consistently gave out information about Juice Plus. I consistently had events, and I consistently attended events. And those things, if there's one word that I could ever use to describe success, it is consistency, you guys. It There's no magic pill. There's no major home run in this business. It's the little things every single solitary day that will add up to success. So I was consistent in just talking and sharing. And I did get to NMD in about 3.5 years, and was so grateful. And I gave up my PR consulting. I quit taking on clients. Even though my income wasn't quite, as I was getting to NMD, wasn't quite what my PR income was, I still let it go because I just didn't want to do it anymore. And then when I made NMD, everything was done. And I kept growing, and I got to 24 Club. But, by now my kids were like, 10 and 8 or 8 and 11, something like that. And I have to say, I got complacent. I have a beautiful life. I live in a beautiful part of the country. I love my home. It's the only home that Phil and I have ever owned. It's everything that we want and more. I'm 10 minutes from the beach. He has always done well as well. And, I felt like, who am I to really want more? I always thought that I would want to be 100 Club. Like, I wanted to do that. I knew that was possible for me. I knew I had what it took, but I did get complacent, and I stopped doing something really important, and I stopped inviting people to join my team. And I know that you guys are a part of a team culture that really is excellent at team building and has always driven the message of team building. But I grew up kind of with the Campbell team because they were the ones that were around me, even though that's not the team that I'm in, and that's a whole nother story. But I grew up really leading with this product, and it really was great up until 2008 when the recession hit. And I made NMD in 2007, and then the recession basically hit. So believe it or not, even though I got to NMD, my business building skills were not as good as they should have been in 2008 because a lot of people needed this business. And I was sort of in this scramble mode to, maintain my business. And I just was like, okay, I'm good. I'm okay with everything that we have. And I was complacent for a couple of years, and I probably didn't recruit many people. I know I didn't recruit many people at all. And, I have an incredible team, and I have a team that have been with me since almost the beginning. And I am so grateful for them. And, it's been such an incredible journey, working alongside so many awesome people. But your team will only do what you do. And unless you are out there doing the do and sowing the seeds and, consistently bringing on new customers and more team, they're not going to do it either. So, about a year, it was a little over a year ago. It was about a year and a half ago that I kind of have been in this search mode of, I think I need something else, not another business, but I need some other support outside of the Juice Plus community. So I actually aligned myself with a coach that I actually learned about from Pam Shepley, and I'm sure you guys know who Pam is. And I started really working on myself in a much more significant way. Now, you do not need to do this. But I needed somebody to kind of kick me in the butt. I've been in this marketing plan for a long time, and I have incredible upline support. Now I'm in Chris and Nikki Cotton's team, and they have been with this company for 27 years. They're amazing people, but they don't call me every day, and they don't tell me what to do every day. So I actually ended up working with a coach, and it really started to shift things for me. And that is when I realized that we are all meant for the dreams that we have in our heart. And if you have a dream in your heart and you wake up every day and you think about getting to national marketing director or impacting more people or having more people in your living room or retiring your husband or taking your kids on a family trip to Europe, which we did do that, then that is meant to be there. You are supposed to do that. And I've been studying this information now for a year and a half. I've been really immersed in this personal development work. And it really is true that if we have these dreams, they are meant to be fulfilled. It's not just us being selfish, because we are serving the world in such a more profound way when we are becoming the people that we were meant to be in pursuit of our dreams. It's not really the dream that's the end goal. It's who we become. So I've been on this, really all out journey to grow personally. And as a result, my business has kicked into high gear again. And I had 2 new frontline fast track sales coordinators last year, which was the first time I'd had that in many years. And this year I'll have at least 1. I'm kind of on it's like a Q4, all out recruiting mode that I've been on right now. And it's just so much fun to bring on new people. It's my favorite thing to do. And I've been really open to learning from, not only my team and all amazing teams within the Juice Plus company, but some outside network marketing experts as well. And, some of you guys may be familiar with Eric Worre. We've all been students of his skill building books, GoPro, and some of us have been to his conferences. I've been to a couple of the women's conferences. They're excellent. And one of the coaches that he has worked with for a long time, his name is Ray Higdon. He was the top earner in his network marketing company. He does a small group Facebook coaching program that a bunch of my team got involved with back in June. It's called Rank Makers, and it's really inexpensive. It's only $20 a month. And, every day he tells us what to do and really helps us get out of our own way in terms of just reaching out to more people. So that's been a really great thing that we've done. And we've also embraced, some of the accountability systems that the company, and you guys will probably hear a lot about this if you haven't already from just the community, but we started using Team Z this summer. That's really helped a lot of the more seasoned, even just sales coordinators that have been around for 10 years or so. Because when you import all kinds of old contacts and even your Facebook friends, you guys, I challenge you to go through your friends list and say that you have reached out to every single one of your, Facebook friends about Juice Plus. I'm sure you haven't, because I know I haven't. And when Team Z imports them and brings them up for people that you need to reach out to, it's an awesome way to go. Okay, I got to do this now. And actually, I had a gal who had been a rep in my team since like 2010. And to tell you the truth, I kind of forgot about her. I know that sounds terrible, but you go through your report and you're looking for people. And I do have a lot of reps now over the years. And I have a national marketing director and, all of her team and all this stuff. And this girl was on my Team Z. So I messaged her and she's active again and she's working towards VF. And she came to a regional a couple weeks ago, and it's like, oh my gosh, what if I hadn't reached out to her? So, I've been in the business for a long time, but even for people that haven't, if you're the kind of person that, you're not going to hold yourself accountable to pen and paper, it is a really nice system, and it has helped some of the people on our team. Is it mandatory? No, it's definitely not. And if you're really good with, your phone and your contacts, and that you can keep a system of follow-up, then by all means, the most important thing to do is just to schedule it and just to do it. So, I'm like at a new phase of my life. I'm going to be an empty nester, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call. And I'm just so excited for what's coming up in terms of how this business can, just really kind of get to the next level for our family and for so many people that we want to make an impact for. And my vision is to really spend a lot more time on the East Coast. So I kind of have a vision of having, my West Coast team. And of course I have people all over at this point. I have a Colorado team in Arizona and also having, more people in New England and, really helping New England just become a force, which it already is, thanks to people like Kelly and all of you guys that have just, show up every day trying to serve other people and making a difference. But I just think it's so exciting that we can go through the different seasons of our life and this marketing plan can serve us. And I am grateful that I said yes when I did, because I have been able to be the mom that I want to be for my kids and create the kind of income that has allowed us to, basically say to my youngest, especially right now, that she can go to any school that she gets into. And it doesn't have to be in state, and it doesn't have to be this, it doesn't have to be that. And I've taken, my Juice Plus check and I've contributed to her college fund every month since she was a baby. And, first it was with my other job and then it was my Juice Plus check. And I'm so grateful that, this business has given us the platform to do that and to create so many memories with our girls. And I know, Kelly, you guys, it's so important to you to have those memories with your kids. And, I can honestly look back and, I am like looking back this year a lot because it's so surreal that she's a senior in high school and we're almost done with this chapter of our life. But I can honestly say I have no regrets. I have no regrets for how I've showed up for them and for what I've been able to expose them to have this healthy lifestyle where they know, you know, what's good for them and what's not, and that they've been exposed to women in business that have been entrepreneurial and that have created, you know, something from nothing, and that have really designed their own lives. And, you know, my 21-year-old, she's tiptoeing her way towards the marketing plan. It might take her a little bit, but, you know, I have every, you know, hope, and I don't know what will happen, but I do look at Pammy and I'm like, someday I'm going to have that. I can't wait. So I don't want to go on for too long, Kelly, but I hope that this was a good little combination of a little training and a little storytelling and a little inspiration for all of your amazing, marvelous ladies that I'm looking at here tonight.
Well, Lisa, it was that and then some. And I so love your energy, your enthusiasm, your excitement. It's contagious. And, you know, I'm very excited to learn more about Rank Makers. I have checked out Team Z. I know we're going to hear more about it at conference, which I'm excited about, because I think a lot of people, one of the things that they may feel challenged with is organization. And sometimes it's, you know, it's where to begin, because it's
Right.
like you've got all these different facets of your life, and it's really nice to be able to kind of reel things in an organized way, particularly social media. So I'm really excited to learn more about, you know, both of those programs. I love your story. I can hear a lot of my story in your story, and I don't know if it's just mom of two beautiful girls, you know, that desire to really provide my family with everything they deserve to have. I agree so much with what you said about the gifts that you've bestowed upon your daughters because of this business. I've always said, you know, my daughters have had the incredible opportunity of seeing some of the most incredible physicians from around the world speak. You know, they've got to meet, you know, entrepreneurs that I didn't even know existed in the world when I was their age. You know, they've met Jeff Roberti, they've met Cheryl Cortese, they've met Jay Martin, Catherine Lee. I mean, Catherine Lee stayed at our house for 4 days. So I mean, just had such incredible gifts because of this business. And so I really appreciate all that you shared tonight. But most importantly, I appreciate your time and your heart. So thank you so much. I can't wait to hug you in a few days.
Totally.
I can't wait. And so, oh yeah, Kevin's like, tell her I said hi.
No, hi, Kevin.
But thank you, everybody, for getting on and joining. Is that Pax? Look at that little boy from Alaska. That is
So
Alaska.
cute.
Isn't he cute?
So cute.
We have Alaska on tonight. We have Canada on tonight. So it's awesome.
Awesome.
So let me just provide everyone the next call information. So the Cortese call is coming up at 8:45. And tonight is how to achieve nutritional excellence and upgrade health, healing, and abundant life with another dear friend of mine, Dr. Rachel Smart, who I just love. She's a rock star. She is amazing. And she also has a very, very powerful story. Yeah. And the number for the Cortese call is area code 641-715. I have to expand it because I don't have my readers on. 641-715-3580, and the code is 505064 pound. So I know I'll be seeing many of you in just a few days in Tampa. For those that we won't see, know that we love you. We know that, you know, you would be there if you could. And we, you know, just love you dearly. Lisa, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, honey. We'll see you guys this week in Tampa.
Thanks,
Lisa.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Great call. Thank you.
Michelle, does the recording just stop?
Let me just stop it. I will
Okay.
stop it. think I can stop it. Maybe I can't, Kelly. You may have to do it.
Oh, do I do it?
Mm, I'm not.
Because I know it starts automatically.
Yeah. And usually I just click on it and I can stop it, but it's not. I really need to do that.
Normally, isn't there a menu bar that drops down?
Right. How come it's not?
I don't know.
Maybe when we end the call, it will just stop the recording, hopefully. I think that should be, it's not like a conference call.
Right. Are you getting a menu dropping down?
I'm not getting a menu. You know, it's weird. I usually, if I click on that, usually it will come up that I can like either pause it or, but nothing. Nothing.
Okay. All right. Well,
Well, it was a great call.
let's cross our fingers that it's
Okay.
recorded. And when are you, while it's recording, when are you flying into Tampa?
Tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow morning. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be up early, so.
Yes. All right. Well, safe travels to you. Is anyone going in with you? Is Fred going?
Sash is going in with me because we're going to the, NMD. No, Fred's not coming.
Okay. All right.
Kevin's coming, right?
Kevin is coming. Yeah.
So you're coming in on Wednesday or Thursday?
We fly in Wednesday afternoon at 1:30.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you guys there.
I'll probably see you on the boat.
Sounds good. I'll be there.
All right. Hi, Janet. Bye, Janet.
Bye, Janet.
I think she's frozen.
I think, she might be.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Good night.